Howdy. I'm a practicing, as a hobby, astrologer, and now I'm going to do a little chart about Italy's natal chart. God, my glasses are steaming up again. So basically, Italy was made made a republic only in 1946 on the 10th of June, making Italy a Gemini. Now, the reason I'm doing this today is because today is the celebration of the liberation of Italy, right? Anyone can look it up, 25th of April. But the day that it was officially made a republic was in 10th of June at 4 p.m. apparently. And we can see, I'm going to use this chart because before that there's other ones which are a bit old, but I obviously need to check if we used sidereal astrology, we'd be more looking at the character of inner character of Italy. But just to point out, and I'm going to do this quickly because I don't know how much memory I've got left, it's got 3 Gemini planets in a cluster, more or less 17, 19 and 20 degrees Gemini in the 8th house, Uranus, Sun and North Node. So that's very significant if we're looking at what's happening at the moment, like with the coronavirus, which Gemini rules the lungs and the airways. So Uranus is sudden change, the North Node is the direction of how we're going to leave the past behind and move forward in the future. Gemini also rules, God, this is terrible, I can't see anything. Gemini rules communication, short distance communication, which can also be to do with frequencies, I would say, because a frequency is a bit like one wave pushes the next wave. It's a bit like a domino effect, isn't it? So each wave has, I always think of Gemini and Mercury as like dots of connection. Like, if you're a Gemini, you go around like I am and you tell people something that you heard from someone else or you heard from somewhere. So you're connecting the dots. There's a lot of presidents and people who are connecting the dots or giving out information at the moment that are Geminis. Trump, Boris Johnson, Obama is a Gemini. A lot of presidents, Reagan, there's so many figures who are, we like to think they make decisions, and some of them do, but also that are just might not necessarily, for example, Boris Johnson, could only have changed the NHS now, maybe not before, but anyway. So then we got the moon in Scorpio again. The other planets in Gemini are in the 8th house again with death, birth and regeneration. So the inner moon is like they have been through a hell of a lot of time, and I'm also a bit worried there might be earthquakes in the near future or volcanic eruptions with this Uranus and the Sun in Taurus conjunction. So the moon is in Scorpio, and it's obviously its ruler is Pluto. Where's Pluto? Pluto's right on the ascendant, on the midheaven in Leo, the self. Also very creative, regeneration in the creative, self-creation, expression, personal identity. And the Mars also is in Leo, right on the MC, the direction of the career. So yeah, we see Italian men as very proud. They're very proud of themselves and very creative, very majestic. Then there's Saturn in Cancer, which is Saturn is very near actually, 23 and 21 degrees. Saturn and Venus. So the woman is, I like to think that the woman is controlling them, but so Venus is in Cancer, that's the mother figure. Saturn is with the restriction. We also have the Mercury in Cancer, which is quite near the North Node. So could be that the direction of the Italy is very much related to its health system, the mother looking after the house, the household, the mother controlling the family at home. And then we got Jupiter and Neptune in the 12th house. Sorry, the 11th house, sorry. So Jupiter and Neptune are in the 11th house, and the moon is in the 12th house in Scorpio, so that's very hidden. There's a lot of things that have to come out from the ground, from the hidden. and the Jupiter and Neptune are in Libra, which is big dreams, except they're retrograde, so big dreams, big yeah, Italians are very they like to be very spiritual, you know. It doesn't matter which class they're in, they're always, I think they're quite much more spiritual and the emotional than other countries, and they have to learn from this as well. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, Neptune is the planet of dreams. They may also, you know, they like to be living in a world where they might not always see the reality, or there might be a lot of things going on which hides the true reality about what's going on the planet and in their country rather than the planet. So I'm not a professional astrologer, and I haven't actually looked at this chart before, but if any other astrologers want to give me some opinions, definitely to do with what's going on at the moment, it's quite indicative that Italy would have been one of the countries that would be highly affected. America also, I think, is a Gemini planet. I think London is a Gemini. I don't know if the rest of England is Gemini. So you can have cities that are a sign. Another city or country which might be affected would be countries with Neptune and Pisces, because that's to do with diseases that can't be they're not, nobody understands them properly, you know. They're like kind of an enigma, and they transmit quickly as well. We did see that some cases of coronavirus, you can see signs in the feet, but it's to do with the oxygen and the pollution in the veins and the pollution in the airways. Okay, thank you very much, and hope you like this video. Don't forget to think of the Italians who can't go out today and would usually like to celebrate this day with parties, music, celebrations, festivals, and all that kind of stuff. Goodbye.